Hey guys, what's going on? TITANIUMBISCUITS here, and today I have a special video for you all. We're going to be going over, in my opinion, what's the best MP5 class setup in the game right now. So I recently got my MP5 Gold, and I had a chance to play around with all the attachments. As I unlocked them, I would try them out one by one, and I figured out the perfect combination of the attachments you need to make this gun a beast. So here we go. Okay, so here's the sexy gun itself. Probably my favorite SMG in the game, so that's why I decided to get it done first. Oh man, look at the way it shines. Alright, I gotta stop. So, this is gonna be your best class setup. The most important part is the ammunition. So you want to switch the ammunition to this 10mm auto 30 round max. And as you can see, it buffs the damage, it buffs the range, takes down the fire rate, which is not a bad thing, and takes down your recoil a little bit, your vertical recoil, or it adds more, I should say. It slows down the fire rate, making it like a lot easier to control, and adds that damage and range buff. And man, that's what you need to make the MP5. That right there, that alone, everything else, this just complements that. That right there is the key to making the MP5 the GOAT gun. So now we're going to switch over to the rear grip. We're going to go with the stippled grip tape. It increases your aim down sight speed and your sprint to fire speed. So basically what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to, after we're sprinting, it's going to allow you to pull the trigger and shoot the bullets quicker than without that. And that's really important on a sub. That's probably the best rear grip, and you should probably run that on all your SMGs. Next, for the stock, we got the Forge Tac Ultralight. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to be aiming down sights and move left or right a lot quicker than normal. So that you're just going to keep you, moving, keep you strafing, keep you from standing still, and let the AR players just shoot you down. Because SMGs are all about speed, quickness, your mobility around the map. So if you can outstrafe AR players, that's going to be really useful. So up next for the laser, we're going to be rocking the 5 laser. And this is going to increase our hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed while making a laser visible to enemies. This is going to be really good because it's going to add more sprint to fire speed to our gun, which we really want for an SMG. It's going to allow us to hip fire extremely well. The only bad thing is that enemies can see your laser. And if you're running around, it really doesn't matter much. No one's going to really notice it. But if you're sitting inside of a building and watching a doorway, that's really when it's going to come into play. Because enemies, if they're paying attention, they'll see your laser shining across the doorway. And so they'll know, okay, there's a guy in here, he's looking at the doorway. They'll be prepared. They'll either stun or they'll jump shot or something to try to pick you off because they know you're there. So here's a trick that I learned to go around that. So when you're in a building or a doorway and you have the 5 laser on, if the enemy's paying attention, they're going to see this bright green laser painted across their screen, and they're going to know you're in there, and they're going to know there's a bad guy in there, and they're going to jump shot and kill you, like I said, right? But here's the thing, that's the only negative about that laser. And what I've learned is that, as you can see here on the bottom screen, I'm in the same exact position, looking at the wall with my green laser, but when you aim down sights, the laser disappears. So the laser is only active whenever you're hip firing. So whenever you're sitting at a doorway waiting for enemies to approach, just aim down sights at the doorway rather than, stay in hip fire mode. If you do that, your laser will be invisible and you just got 2 free bonuses to your weapon without any negatives. And then finally, for the barrel, out of all these barrels, we're going to be rocking the monolithic integral suppressor. This is going to add some bullet velocity, which is basically your range and how quick your bullets can get there, and your sound suppression. So it's going to keep that red dot that's on the HUD at the very top. It's not going to shine up there. It doesn't come up on the minimap anyways. That's kind of just really a bonus. We're just really focused on the bullet velocity because we're getting that extra range so we can maybe outshoot these dominant AR players in this game. It decreases your aim down sight speed, but because of our stippled grip tape, it's going to really cancel out. Alrighty, so here's the final stats of the MP5. Accuracy, damage, range, mobility, all boosted. We got a bunch of green going on. Fire rate is slowed down. It's red, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just, your gun shoots a little slower. You still kill extremely quickly. It's just not as fast a fire rate, which is not a bad thing. I personally prefer slower fire rate weapons, and if you're like me, it's going to be perfect for you. The recoil control is a little, it's worse than just the default base weapon, but it's not bad at all. I mean, it's a sub. You're going to be shooting people from pretty close range anyways, but yeah, not that bad. And there you go. That's how you make the best MP5 in the game, and in my opinion it looks a lot better, sleeker, sexier, adds a little more black. Masterpiece. But anyways guys, so I hope this video helps shed some light on the best attachments for your MP5 class, and I hope you'll start using the MP5 to its full potential and start wrecking some scrubs in public lobbies. I'm going to be planning on making these videos after I get enough playtime with each weapon, so probably once I get each weapon gold, I'll make another best class setup guide. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. A like is always appreciated. I hope you enjoy your OP MP5, and I'll catch you guys all later.